Okay, we're going to see how much I can get done here today. I've got 2 small motors, an air conditioner compressor, small motor from this pump, small motor from an impeller, these fan motors, and a couple of oddballs from some diabetes testers. We'll see if we can get anything out of those. So I've already drained the oil from the compressor, so we won't have to deal with any of that. So this just needs to be chucked off. And I do recommend that if you do any of these, do drain it into a container that is safe for the oil, and use the oil. It is good, clean oil that can be used for machining and things of that nature. Got to go around here somewhere. So, move you back. Actually, before I move you back, go ahead and the cords on these. Oh, and one other thing I forgot to do in the other video from the 36-inch TV the other day is the degaussing cables from that TV. So I need to strip these down for the copper in them. This motor I've already checked, and it is aluminum winding, so that'll just go into our aluminum salvage. Actually, 3 batteries over today, and we'll see if we can get through this one. I'm going to check this out. Okay. Cool. I do not know where my wrench is for this guy, so I always make these manufacturers go on board and make the same wrench for all of them, but let's see. switch to full face shield on this guy. The problem is with my full face shield on, I actually can't see details. It covers my face really well, but I can't wear glasses with it. A little bit more cut, I think, across there. And that disc is going. There we go. So now then, got that one little pipe there, and then there's a couple little wires down in here that attach the electronics, and that'll come out. So that can go into your steel, or in my case, I'm thinking about turning it into a droid head for Star Wars. And before I go any further, I'm going to clean up all this debris on my work surface. Rubber. At least a fair share of this debris. All just fibers from that disc mainly. Okay, finish doing it first. So we go have some cast aluminum in here, as well as the hopefully copper windings of the motor, which this should be copper. We can test that very quickly. Yep, definitely copper. Okay, so let's see here. Nice compression springs, might be able to use for some other project. Okay. tools organized again. All right. That's the right one. I don't know why they got to use bolts on one side and hexes on the other, but they do. Let's just see what else is in here. That's cast aluminum. Got a steel spring in here. So that'll be cleaning aluminum now. Plastic gasket. Steel. Thought that was plastic, but apparently it's not. That's way too heavy. This is a plastic gasket. That's this. Yep, that is steel. So this is where your little eccentric piston is, and that's all iron. Not sure the way this is bending, it's got to be copper. And there are, of course, the ends of this armature are aluminum. You got to get it out of there, of course, if you want to do anything with it. I might just keep this one in with steel. Don't know. Might keep that for something else. Just for the mechanical motion of it, if nothing else. When you see a spring around a tube like this, it's generally there to keep it from kinking when they bend it. If I get this straightened up enough, should be able to just slide that spring off. spring there. All stretched out of. Ouch. Oh, got myself good there. Okay, there's definitely steel in this portion of it. This whole thing's steel. Yep. We'll check it for him. So there's our copper windings. This one is going to be a prime candidate for the machete. But before we do that, we will get into the other, get these other motors free. So this is the one that I know has aluminum windings on it, but we'll take it apart anyway. Let's try. Clean aluminum. I'll have to take a closer look at those. Those might be copper on the end of that. We'll get a couple good bearings out of this. Piece of plastic wherever that one went. Brass containing. This one is not quite clean. Ink smudge in this one. Now it's clean aluminum. That's still, this may or may not be steel. Yep, this one's steel. Sometimes they'll be not brass, but bronze. I think we've had one or two of those on here before. Okay, so that motor is now ready to get taken apart. And again, this one's got steel pieces on the edge. We'll remove those before we split her. Otherwise, it looks like it should be easy to go. Now, the last one is an alternator out of my 1984 Suburban. Spinning. There it goes. Oh, the magnet's getting in the way, I think. Oh. 5/16. She's on there tight. Not quite good enough purchase with a box in wrench. Not sure I'm going to be able to get it with this either. Okay, before I try any more of that, let me try getting our standard 5/16. Yep, that one's bendable. think I just damaged that. Looks like nothing. Not 1364. So there is copper in there. You can see windings. There's also copper around this stator. Looks like we got some more aluminum and stuff in here as well that we'll get into. So this, we'll get the bearings off of it, one bearing off, and we'll put it down with the ones that have aluminum on it to remove. Actually, let's go ahead and do that now. This one needs to go in here, crank it open. You out. Do. Big. That'll work. Just want something that's smaller than the hole on this. Allows me to punch that bearing out. So we can add it for the other bearings that we got. And that is, once again, clean aluminum. Now this guy, I have no idea how to take apart. Looks like let's give it a try. Not budging. I've deformed the hell out of that guy already. May have to look and see how other people have taken these apart, because it's obvious that all this was pressed on here. But I don't really see it moving. Maybe I did move it a little bit. Worst comes to worst, we'll throw it in a crucible and melt the copper out of it. But there is copper in there. I could see it between the between these teeth. Why they got to do it like that, I don't know. Interesting piece. But we'll go ahead and get the rest of this done. Okay, well, use you real quick. Like this, please. smaller. So that's definitely cast aluminum. It's plastic on it. That's probably why it gave up on me. Yeah, this looks like it's got a little bit of copper or brass on it, one or the other. Too deep. Don't worry about that later. But this will clean up into clean aluminum as well. It's got one little thing. Some kind of a plug in there that we just knock out. And then it'll be, remove this and it'll be clean aluminum. All this clean aluminum, I'm going to set the rest of our aluminum. This guy's got steel in it. Yep. Capacitor of some kind, a little bit of steel wrapped around it. I'm not worried about that. Okay, this one looks like plate steel, but it's got a bunch of steel bolts running through it. So I think this one's going to be best. I'll just chop it off on one side and then poke it through. Start a little piece of aluminum. So you and you gotta think about it a little bit more. You are the copper one, you are the aluminum one. Yeah, so we're down to copper. Let's do these cables first, and we'll do the motors. We gotta open the rest of those guys up. Oh, let's see here. Do I even have a knife down here? I don't think I do. I took my knife back upstairs. My preferred way on doing these. Does a couple things for me. It makes it where I can actually get in here and make sure it's copper, which I've never run into one of these that's not, but I'd rather find that out beforehand than to waste a bunch of time going through all of it. And we can see that that is in fact copper. Okay, so that's that one. As others have said, this is all electrical tape, so it's very sticky. If you get a good knife, you can just slice down the edge of it and remove most of it without any problems. So let me go grab a knife. I'll be back. Okay, all back. Now we'll just take this. The straighter you get it, the easier this will be. Need to sharpen this knife. It's got just enough of a bite, but not as much as I usually like. Back to where you've already started it. It should just peel off for the most part. Need to be going from the opposite direction. Because one direction the tape is laying on top of each other. The other direction it's pulling the bottom. Let me see here. There we go. Will I go pick up another 36-inch television? Yes, I will. Remember, there's 2 of those. foot to go. Okay, let's see if I picked the right direction this time. If I pick the right direction, this will go off in one shot. They do put pieces of tape around it periodically sometimes. Come up with that in more than one television set. So there's those two. We'll weigh those separately. Those are heavy. These other little wires will go in our regular wire container. And the brass end, of course. I didn't want my plastics. Okay, let's take a look at you. Impeller, it's got a ferrite piece on it, which also was steel. This is a sealed unit meant to go underwater, so I don't know how difficult this is going to be to come apart. Let's try the first thing. Smash. Not doing much there. Okay. The other way is, well, we got to move it that way. Okay, so this thing appears to be completely encased in resin. So unfortunately, it's going to have to be burned out. I know there's got to be some cover in there though. More screws. Damn. Got more flex than it should. Ow. It's got a needle in there, be careful. Unfortunately, it's just my wife, so I've already got her cooties. Anything worth anything in here is the question. We got a steel spring. Another little piece of steel. There's that fucking needle. Nope, that's not the needle. It's a piece of steel, but I don't want to move. Oh well, there's a steel spring and a needle in there. I'm not going to worry about it. Plastic, plastic, plastic. These batteries supposedly possibly have silver in them. This actually looks pretty promising. I don't know if you can see the flashing on this. This all looks gold. That is pretty promising. Some chips, flat packs. It's got a data port on here. I mean, everything on this thing looks gold to me. It may not be, but that's definitely what it looks like. We'll see if that other one is as nicely made as this one. Yeah, on this side too. All the pad. And I'm not sure, I mean, this may be silver on these for the contact. But all of that looks to be gold as well. So I'd say be on the lookout for your family's old blood sugar meters, because these things may have good stuff in them. That's impressive. Plastic, I'll toss this in with the silver bearing stuff. It's possible. Let's see about this other one. Plastic's not as good on this one as the other one. And again, guys, the flashing on the, or the, this board looks like it's gold plated. Can't see any chips or anything on this one. A little bit of gold flashing on this side as well. Chips don't look as impressive. They look like bulk red arrays more than they do leg chips. Smaller board, but definitely looks like gold to me. You guys wouldn't be far. Those are magnetic. Cobalt lithium. Made in Indonesia. That's all I can make out. Yeah, I guess these are not. I know some of these batteries possibly contain silver. I don't know. I gotta figure out what to do with those. I'm gonna have to go upstairs and take care of the dog, it sounds like. Okay, let's see if we can finish up real quick. I'm not going to worry about those computer fans for now. Those are out of the projector TV. I think that's all that they're out of. Ow. I'm hurting myself today for no reason. My preferred way. The sharpness of my blade is giving up on me. Pushing the copper down nicely, but it's not cutting it anymore. I think my machete has given up the ghost on me. It doesn't look bad. May just be because of all the oil that's impregnated with this. Just not really cutting it today. Make sure the hatchet does anything to it. And the steel has been pushed out of the way. That's not a problem. But now the copper has gone in so far that it's not going to be able to be pushed out. Lovely. I've never had it do that to me before. I'm thinking that copper was just so slick with the oil that it's just sliding instead of cutting. Well, in that case, I think we're going to have to do this the other way, which involves the grind, unfortunately. I hate going this way because it makes more mess than the other. There. I said earlier on that one of the tools you can have for doing scrapping is a good vise. Honestly, this would be going much better. Let's just put this over here. Sorry, it's not all reset all. Okay, remember how to do this one. Don't want us to use it. Oh, that's right. That piece there. Okay. You sure like that, don't you? Nothing won't work with this today. That's just even worse mess. Better off just cutting it with a yeah. Moving in even further. 2 big hunks of copper out of that. In a very messy fashion. This one, knowing that it's aluminum, I don't know. I'm going to set it aside for now because I don't know if I want to deal with it. But it is, where did I test it? Okay, let's do this very quickly. So right now we're showing 906 grams. And when we remove the copper, we're at 192 grams, so roughly 700 grams worth of copper from that motor. This, the degaussing cables from the 36-inch TV is 1,183 grams, or 2 pounds and 9.7 ounces. So that's, what, $12 worth of copper out of a free TV. I can deal with that. So we got through a couple of the motors, taking them apart and whatnot. I don't know. Knowing that there's almost 3 pounds worth of copper in there is good enough.